What's up guys, Chris here, and happy holidays to all of you out there. Today we're going to talk about the two-headed dragon raid and just kind of how to approach raids in general. It's free to play and kind of going through that process of optimizing your team for the raids. So we're going to get right into this, and if you guys like the video, like, subscribe, and let's do it. Okay, so we're sitting here in the two-headed dragon raid, and I do like that they added that you can build up the encounter rate here. You can see I have 7 of them built up. So basically you can just run a bunch of missions and build up, I think, up to 10 of the raids stacked on top of each other. While that's convenient, it doesn't, I mean, the raids still kind of suck. The whole system kind of sucks, but it does help a little bit of that micromanagement, having to go in and do an individual raid that stops everything that you were doing before. So you can see here, I have a level 42 two-headed dragon raid. And if I go into here, I've just been doing solo play. So like I did with the last raid, I pretty much just go through these and I've just been doing solo play just because it's a lot easier not to have to try and go in and find people. If you're a newer player, you might have to do either the 4 units or the 2 players or the 4 players just to bring in other people to help you out. But I've been playing since day one, and most people who've been playing for a while can probably put together some kind of team to do solo play. So if I go into solo play here, I'm at level 42, and this is the team that I've been using. So the two-headed dragon raid, we've pretty much, there's 2 teams I think that work really well for this raid. And it's pretty much the same teams that worked well for the Golbez Trials of Reckoning as well. Pierce teams and dark slash teams. And the dark slash teams you can do with Kane, or just dark chaining teams in general. Well, part of the problem is if I go in here, I look at my dark units. This is why I can't run a dark team. And I know a lot of people have better dark teams with like Kane. You can run Giza, also has dark piercing attacks, so she can chain with Kane as well. I don't have Kane. I don't have Giza. I don't have Whisper leveled up. Don't have Ruin Stern. I don't have any of the strong dark units. So I have to go with a Pierce team and kind of an untraditional Pierce team here as well. So this is my free to play team. You can see that I don't have Victoria or Glaciella at level 99 yet. And I've still been able to solo this raid all the way up through here. I was running it on auto till about level 30 something. And then I had to start, it was getting real close. So I had to start running manual in order to get it done in one attempt. So nothing too crazy on this team other than I have 1 pair of Hermes sandals on here, which maybe not everybody has, but you can, the only reason I have these on Victoria is for the agility. So maybe you can augment it with another TMR that has agility. I do have a +5 Ice Lance. So there's a couple things I want to talk about with this team. If you have Victoria, make sure you get a +5 Ice Lance. You're really doing her a disservice if you don't have this Ice Lance for Victoria. And then the other thing is I do have a +5 Wind Spear, but anything lower will probably do. Even a Drakeshorn Spear, somebody on Reddit proved that the Drakeshorn Spear does just as well as the other 2 spears. And don't envy me at all for this, because the amount of time that I had to go in and spend in that Trials of Reckoning to get this was just crazy. So anyway, this is the team I'm running, and Miranda, you guys have seen, I did a disservice to her in the tier guide, I'm willing to admit. You're going to see how this team works. Yerma might seem like an odd choice here. The two-headed dragon is immune to steal time, and it's immune to agility break. So the only way to slow it down is by using slow, which I actually don't use yet. I may have to shift my strategy with Miranda later in later levels. But anyway, the biggest part of setting up your team, and you're going to see this as I go through the run, is use the first 20 to 25 levels of running the raid to arrange the order that your units will go in, so that way you can build up chains and maximize your chains. And that's really all the strategy that goes into raids, and probably the most fun is trying to figure out, tinker with your gear, tinker with your vision cards and everything to try and maximize your damage. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the run here, and you're going to see how this works. So Yerma doesn't have piercing damage. So one of the things I had to set up is I had to arrange the order of my team so that right after the two-headed dragon went, Yerma got a turn, so that way she wouldn't interrupt the pierce chains. Okay, you guys may have noticed that I actually started the battle with auto on, and that actually screwed up everything. And I did it twice, so we're now on level 44 Dragon Raid, but the run should be the same, fingers crossed. Let's go right into it. Okay, so you're gonna see how everything is tailored very closely here to how I want the unit's order to go. So first up is Victoria. She's going to use Rallying Cry, speed up all my other units. I want Miranda and Glaciella to be the fastest units because they're both water and they both have piercing attacks. So she starts off with that. We have limiter off. I think my Lucia's boots are leveled up higher than the rallying cry, so it provides a greater agility bonus. Also, I'm not entirely sure how Mont's rallying cry stacks with other agility bonuses. I know it stacks with itself. Yerma's gonna use Holy Knight's Cheer. This is Cecil's TMR. Basically, Ramza's shout ability increases the attack and magic of all the units around her. Yerma's going to move right up here because when I move Miranda up, it's going to allow her to use Soaring Axe Slash where the dragon is going to move. So Miranda, we're going to haste on Glaciella. She's going to move here. Now I have Vow of Love on Miranda. She's going to taunt the dragon to move down and attack her. Haste on Glaciella. Glaciella is now going to use War Maiden's Acuity. This gives her some defense penetration, piercing attack, a little bit extra damage. She moves up. So the dragon's going to move up, hit Miranda, or not hit Miranda. Victoria's going to move up here, and I could attack and start this pierce chain. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to buff her damage to start here. So Dragon's Kin, it's going to buff her damage. And then we're going to start the chaining when we get to Miranda and Glaciella. So Yerma, the secret to everybody, Soaring Axe Slash. This is going to increase all damage against the dragon by 38%. So it's unit attack resistance down by 38%. So as long as it's a single target ability. And that's good. Now I'm going to move Yerma. This is important. I talked about this in the Trials of Reckoning. I want her to get less turns, so I make sure to move her to drain all of her CT so her turns don't come quite as quick. Now Miranda's going to start the chaining, resistance break. This is a water piercing ability. And I've set this up pretty sweet, I think, in order to get Miranda and Glaciella lined up to do chains. So Glaciella moves up. You're going to get triple piercer. This is a 4 chain now, water and pierce. So you'll see I have Victoria next. So I'm not going to actually attack with Victoria because she's going to break the water chain. I don't want to do that yet because you can see I have Miranda and Glaciella coming up next. So what I'm going to do is if I jump, it has a little bit of the delay on it. If I go to action order, you can see it goes behind Miranda and Glaciella. So I can actually build that water chain up a whole ton before Victoria actually comes down and does her damage. Do another resistance break with Miranda. Make sure to target the dragon. Now his counterattack, you don't have to worry about too much. I might have to worry about it later levels, but definitely haven't had to worry about it yet. Glaciella, another piercing. So you can see this. She's already up at 16,000 damage with triple piercer. I've got a 9 chain on water, a 9 chain on pierce. A couple criticals, even better. Yerma, she can't contribute to the pierce chain. So what I'm going to do is actually just steal vision. And I think this is going to be more important later on as it has more HP. I'm going to have to deal with that counterattack a little more. So I just steal vision there. And then again, move Yerma to drain her CT. Victoria should do max damage. And there it is. 12,000. And now we pretty much just finish it off. Victoria's going to do a jump. Glaciella can just do a basic attack since she doesn't have any AP. And you can see its HP is getting pretty low here. So I've only got 6 actions left. I'm probably going to be able to run this for another 10 levels or so, I would imagine, before I'm going to have to do 2 attempts or kind of alter the strategy. So that's one of the things in raids. As you level up further and further, you're going to have to worry about the boss speeds up faster and faster. So it's going to affect the way that you've set up your team, and you definitely have to adapt as you get to further levels. And there we go. Victoria finishes it off. Let me know in the comments section below what you guys are doing for your teams and what units you guys are running, whether it's Dark Slash or Piercing. I did get a lot of response in the Trials of Reckoning of a lot of teams that I wouldn't have thought of for people running in this raid. So I'm just going to run through this while I'm here. I do not have this team optimized very well for this. I kind of just threw in all my best ice units for this. So if I go, where is it? Party 2? Yeah, so you can see I have Victoria, Agrius, Medina, Laswell. We'll just give this a go and just go ahead and do it since it's up here and we're already here. So the Flan Princess is a wind unit, weak to ice. Pretty much everything in here with weak to ice. It's set up for Rosa. Obviously, I don't have Rosa, so we're just going to go ahead and do what we can with this. Just do some buffs to start. I have no idea what I should be doing here. We'll just, I guess, we don't need to worry about the ads, I don't think. I'm gonna buff her attack first. That way she's got some extra AP for jumps as well. Heir to the Blade with Laswell will build up. He's only a level 70, what is he, 75, I think. We'll see how this goes when we start building up the ice chains. I think I should be able to do this level 4, right? I'm gonna do a full break just to break the agility and get a few more chains going. Oh, it doesn't break agility, I'm sorry. All right, so Medina can walk up here. We can probably run a Cosmo Plume, yes, to reduce his ice resistance. Her ice resistance, Flan Princess. Pretty much everybody should have Medina, whether you're free to play or not. You should have her leveled up. Really easy to do. Oh, well, that's nice. All right, let's start building an ice chain here. So we have Exercising Storm with Laswell. You can see how much damage he's already doing. This is a level 75 Laswell with a +2 Purple Lightning. I don't even have that thing leveled up that much. All right, so can we build... We can't build an ice chain with her yet, so she's going to... I guess she'll just buff herself to get some AP. We have 12 actions left. This should do a lot of damage. Yeah, max damage. Medina. I don't know why Blizzaga won't hit. Yeah, that's nice damage. He needs to gain some AP. Don't want to break that ice chain just quite yet. So that Agrius and Medina can get part of that chain. So you can just see, I'm doing this haphazardly, but just kind of thinking about how you can keep the chain going. And you can see I'm skipping a couple turns, but you get the extra damage made up instead of just dropping an attack there. So there we go. We got Flan Princess pretty easily. I'm probably going to struggle when this thing gets to higher levels, but not too bad right now, huh? All right. Well, anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully this helped you guys. Hopefully talking through the raid kind of helped you guys work through the raids. And the Soul of Thamasa, it's a pretty good item. You aren't going to miss a ton if you don't get it. I wouldn't push for anything beyond +2 on this. The thing you're really looking for, I know it has that magic resistance penetration on it. That's not really as big of a deal as you might think it is. What you're really going after is the 120 magic. So you don't even really need the magic resistance penetration up that high. The 120 magic on the magic type of the Soul of Thamasa, that's what you're really going for in this raid. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.